about all the animals and plants in the sea. But before we get started, repeat after me. Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hail, hail, we're AquaTots. Hail, hail, we're AquaTots. Hail, hail, we're AquaTots. Hail, hail, we're AquaTots.
Welcome back, everyone. Today we are going to find out what it takes to help animals and how we can take care of the animals here at the Florida Aquarium. We have a lot of different animals here, but one animal I know that you're familiar with is Rocky. Let's head over to Rocky and Mr. Tom to have some fun.
Hi there, friends. It's Tom back here with my good friend Rocky the Penguin. Everybody say, hey, Rocky! And it's time for freeze dance. The rules are simple. When you hear music, you dance. When you don't hear music, you stop. Then when you hear the music, you start up again. Rocky, do you have it? You got it? You good to go? Let's go, guys. Just do what Rocky does. Here we go. Oh, penguins, oh, the show can fly, they can slide super deep. When they want to walk around up on the ground and they want to winter penguin tea. Oh, we're gonna waddle like a penguin, like a penguin, like a penguin. I want to see you waddle like a penguin, like a penguin. Here we go. Oh, waddle. Waddle, 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 like a penguin. Oh, waddle, 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 like a penguin. That was really good. Remember, when you hear the music stop, you freeze. All penguins don't live with Santa Claus. They don't need that snow and ice. In fact, our penguins are from Africa, and we think they're pretty nice. Oh, waddle. Waddle, 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 like a penguin. Oh, waddle, 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 waddle. Waddle, 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 like a penguin. Everybody waddle. Let me see you waddle, Rocky. Oh, waddle, 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 like a penguin. Oh, waddle, 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 waddle. Waddle like a penguin. Awesome job, everybody! Woo!
There are a lot of staff and hardworking people that go into taking care of animals, and we want to help you become an animal superhero today. To start that off, we are going to join Miss Rachel to hear about some choices that we can make to help protect the environment and animals all around us.
Hey there, everybody. My name is Rachel. I am an instructor here at the Florida Aquarium, and today we are going to talk about ways that we can take better care of our environment with common everyday items. So we all like to use things, tools. They help us out with daily life. But sometimes if we're not careful about where we're putting those, they can end up back in the ocean and sometimes hurt the animals that we love so much. So today, we're just gonna go a little bit in detail about what choices you guys can make to make the world a bit of a better place. So the game we're gonna be playing is called Good, Better, Best, where we talk about items that are really great choices and are super helpful for our environment, and also items that, well, they might do in a pinch, but we'd prefer to avoid if we can. So the first thing we're gonna talk about today are straws. So here, I've got 2 straws. I've got one that's made of plastic, and I've got one that's made of metal. Now we like straws. They're really helpful, help us drink those nice icy cold drinks on hot days like today, especially in that Florida summer. We all wanna stay hydrated, guys. But there are benefits to one versus the other. So I'm gonna give you guys a couple of seconds. Tell me which one you think is better. Do we think the plastic straw is better? Or do we think the metal straw is better? That's right, it is the metal straw. Now, both of these are good choices if you need a straw, but the metal straw can be used over and over and over again. You just need to wash it and then it'll be clean and you can keep using it. This plastic straw, even though it does come in that beautiful bright red color, is only going to be able to be used one time. And as soon as you're done with it, where do you think that straw goes? In the trash. And then it can end up anywhere, in landfills, or even worse, it can end up in our oceans. We don't really want that. So when it comes to straws, a reusable straw is our best option. A plastic straw is our okay option. So that brings us to our next item. We're still on the topic of eating. So let's think about when school starts up again, if you've got to pack a lunch. So there's a couple of ways that you can pack. You could pack it in a paper bag like this, the classic brown paper bag. You could pack it in a plastic bag like this one right here, or you can pack it in your own lunchbox. Now each of these items has some really good things to it. For example, this lunchbox can be used over and over and over again, just like with that straw. You just need to wash it and you can keep going. Plus, it's really strong, so it's not going to fall apart after a couple of uses. The plastic bag, it's also decently strong. You might be able to reuse it. And since a lot of times it's going to come from other sources, you are giving that bag another life. It was used to carry groceries, and now you're using it again for your lunch. The paper bag is a one-time use, but paper, if you get it wet, it starts to fall apart. So then it breaks down easily and doesn't stay as trash for very, very long. So the question is, if all of these guys have their pluses, which one is our good? Which one is our better? And which one is our best? Now, the good option, the one that, it works pretty well, that's gonna be our plastic bag. Because as I said before, it's pretty strong, and you are technically reusing it again, which is pretty good to extend its life. But once it gets a hole in it, it's done, and then it's gonna get thrown out. Now, plastic bags are a big problem in our oceans because they look a lot like jellies. And jellies are a sea turtle's absolutely favorite food. And so if they're swimming and they see a plastic bag and they think that it's a jelly, they might eat it by accident, and that could make those animals very, very sick. So while it's a good option if you need something to carry your stuff, it's not quite the best. A better option would be something like this paper bag. Yeah, it can only be used once, but as I said before, it's not gonna stay in the environment for a long time. If it gets wet, it's gonna start to fall apart and biodegrade. Can you say that? Biodegradable. That means that if you lose it, if it falls out into the wild, it's gonna break down instead of sitting there forever and ever and ever. Now that does bring us to our best option. For those of you guys who thought that the lunchbox was the best option, you're totally right. These are gonna be reusable time and time again, and you can get them in all sorts of different patterns. This one's nice and simple, just a nice black and gray, but you can stick stickers on it or have a great time, and it's gonna last you a long, long time without having to get thrown away. All right, so our last items today for the good, better, best. We are going to be talking about spoons. So right here, I've got a shiny little plastic spoon. Here, I've got one that is made of bamboo. So bamboo is a type of grass. It grows really, really fast and can be used just like wood to make things. So which one of these do you think is the good option? Which one of these do you think is the better option? Do we think that it's the plastic spoon? Or do we think that it's the bamboo spoon? For those of you guys who said the bamboo spoon, you are absolutely right. This spoon is going to be able to be reused time and time again, just like with the metal straw or the lunchbox. You can keep using it, and just like the paper bag, this spoon is biodegradable. Since it's made of products that come from nature, that bamboo wood, it's gonna fall back apart pretty easily over a couple of years. But in the meantime, it'll last you a long, long time and work super duper well. Well, that does bring us to the end of our little game, but there's tons of different items in your day-to-day lives that you can think about when you're doing this, whether it's backpacks, shopping bags, water bottles, anything. So you always want to keep that stuff in mind. Thank you guys for keeping our oceans healthy. Bye!
I always bring a reusable water bottle everywhere I go. That is another wonderful way to help protect our environment and keep trash out of the ocean. Now, Miss Sam is here with a story about a little monster and how he helps the environment.
I Can Save the Ocean by Allison Inches. Max the little green monster loved the ocean. He loved to have picnics on the beach. He loved to play in the water. "Cowabunga!" shouted Max, but he did not like to clean up after himself. Do you see all the trash that Max has left on the beach? Max went to explore the tide pools and snorkeled along the coral reef. He wanted to see fish, sea stars, and bright pink coral. But all he saw was an empty bottle, a plastic bag, an old tire, and a broken toy. "Trash makes the ocean look ugly," said Max. "I'll pick up the trash on the beach so it can't come into the water." Max cleaned up the trash from his picnic, and he cleaned up other people's trash too. Look how clean the beach looks now. He found so much litter that it filled the trash and recycling bins to their very tops. "Now that's a lot of trash," said Max, the little green monster. "I'll find out where it came from and stop it." He saw beachgoers leave their trash on the beach. "No littering," said Max. He saw boaters fling their trash overboard. "The ocean isn't a trash bin," said Max. On the way home, Max saw a painter rinse paint from his brushes into the gutter. A boy's balloon popped and he dropped it into the gutter. A girl with a new toy threw her plastic bag into the gutter. Look at all the stuff being thrown into the gutter. A group of kids playing on the street shot their ball right into a storm drain at the end of the gutter. "Wow," said Max, "everything that falls into the gutter flows into the storm drain, and everything in the storm drain empties into the ocean." "That means car oil, soap suds, and waste go to the ocean too," thought Max. "Pollution at home is bad for the ocean too," Max said. "I'll find out how to start saving the ocean even when I'm away from it." Max learned that chemicals and soaps can poison sea plants. Fish can get stuck in the trash. Sea turtles and birds can mistake things like plastic bags and balloons for food. And birds and other ocean animals that get covered in oil can't stay warm or move around. "Wow," said Max, "I need to help save the ocean. So maybe we can help Max by saving these animals as well." Now Max keeps trash from washing away in the gutter by sweeping the driveway with a broom instead of using a hose. He uses reusable bags so that plastic bags won't end up in the ocean. And it's got a very pretty design on it. We can get lots of fun plastic or reusable bags to use at home. He drinks from a reusable water bottle so that plastic bottles won't hurt the animals. He uses biodegradable sunscreen so that the chemicals won't pollute the ocean water. He always picks up his trash and any other litter he might find. And best of all, Max the little green monster teaches his friends how to be green monsters. You can be a little green monster too and help save the ocean. You can do a lot of the things that Max does as well to help save the ocean at home. The end.
Wow, I loved how that story talked about our friend helping the environment. Can you think of some ways with an adult to help the environment? Maybe you can do some of the things that they talked about in our story today. But while Miss Sam was reading a story, I got a call that our veterinarian, Dr. Lindsay, had a sea turtle arrive and it's gonna need some help. Let's head over to Dr. Lindsay to see what's going on today.
Hi everybody, my name is Dr. Lindsay and I'm one of the veterinarians at the Florida Aquarium. Today we're going to have the opportunity to look at Freddy the Turtle. Freddy here was just rescued and they found him out in the bay. Freddy wasn't swimming great and he looked pretty weak. So someone who found him contacted the right people and they told him what to do, and Freddy was brought to us here at the Florida Aquarium. So we're going to do an exam on Freddy and see if we can find out what's going on and why he doesn't look so good. Hi Freddy, how are you doing? First things first, we're going to get a look at Freddy's eyes. Make sure that they look good and nice and bright and alert, and they do. We'll look at Freddy's mouth. Everything looks good there. It's really important to get a good look at Freddy's shell and make sure he doesn't have any boat strikes or injuries on him. But he looks like he's doing really well. I don't see any wounds on him. We're gonna get a look at his flippers, make sure we see everything that's going on there, and we'll say, hi Freddy. Freddy says hi everybody. We're gonna feel all the bones in his flippers and make sure they all feel nice and strong. Make sure he doesn't have any broken bones or other wounds going on. Let's look at the back of Freddy. Freddy can also wave with his back flipper. When they're swimming in the wild, sea turtles use mostly their front flippers. Their back flippers just kind of help sway along with the current. But Freddy looks really good. We're gonna lift Freddy up and get a look at his underside and make sure he doesn't have any wounds there either. I don't see any wounds, do you? Yeah, no wounds on Freddy. That's good, but we still don't know what's wrong with him. I think we'll get a good listen to his lungs and see if we hear anything there. Okay, everybody be really quiet so we can listen. Freddy, you gotta take a deep breath, okay? Freddy's lungs sound really good. Now we're gonna listen to his heart, okay? So we gotta be quiet again. Freddy, your heart sounds wonderful. These guys have a really slow heart rate compared to you or me, so it's very important to listen for a really long time and make sure that you hear it right. He's doing great, but so far we don't know what's wrong with Freddy. The next step is we're gonna go ahead and get some x-rays on him. Are you ready, Freddy? We're gonna bring over our x-ray machine and we're gonna start with his back end and we'll take a bunch of pictures of him. Are you ready? 1, 2, 3. Shooting! And then we'll do up front and we'll get over his head. We'll slide you back a little, Freddy, so you fit in the x-ray machine. You guys ready? 1, 2, 3, shooting! Thanks for being so patient, Freddy. Let's get a look and see what your x-rays look like. Oh no, guys! Do you see that? That's a hook in Freddy. This is his skull. That's totally normal. It looks really good. And over here, this part's his shell. That looks good too. But this bright hook right here, we gotta be able to get that out. Oh, sorry, it fell down. You all can see that? All right. Freddy, that means we need to go get that hook out and make you feel better. Are you ready, Freddy? Let's slide you back. This is gonna be no problem at all, okay? Okay, guys, so we're gonna put this in Freddy's mouth and we're gonna wiggle that hook out, okay? Are you ready? Are you ready, Freddy? All right, we're going in through your mouth. Looks like we can see it. Oh, it looks like we're gonna get it out. Oh, Freddy, you were so brave. Look, guys, we got that hook out. We're gonna give Freddy some antibiotics and make him feel better, and then I think he's gonna be good for release. Freddy, you did such a great job. We're so proud of you. Thanks, everybody.
So many things go into a sea turtle veterinary visit. Just like when you go to the doctor, our veterinary team makes sure that our animals receive the very best care. And remember, Dr. Lindsay mentioned that we should not approach animals in their natural environment. If you see one, make sure to get an adult so they can contact the right organization. Now, when Dr. Lindsay was taking care of Freddy, she took some x-rays. Mr. Matt is here to show us an activity of how we can draw x-rays of our own. Are you ready?
Hey everybody, my name is Matt. I'm an instructor here at the Florida Aquarium. And since you guys are learning about rescuing animals today, I thought it would be really fun to make our very own sea turtle x-ray. Pretty cool, right? So here's what you're going to need to do this sea turtle x-ray. You are going to need a black piece of paper, like construction paper, and then something white to draw with. It could be a crayon, it could be a colored pencil, it could even be paint. Whatever you choose. And we are going to do a sea turtle x-ray. So let's follow along. Here's what we're going to do. We're going to start by making an oval shape. So watch this. I'm going to make my oval shape here. And look, you're going to keep going over it so that it shows up more, and also so you get that oval looking just the way you want it to. There we go. There's my oval. Now this is the shell of the sea turtle, and when you take an x-ray of a sea turtle, they have a lot of bones in there, and some of those bones are right in the shell. They're part of the shell. The next thing we're going to do is we are going to make the backbone of the sea turtle, and that is inside the shell. And we're going to draw little egg shapes, little ovals colored in. And it doesn't matter exactly how many, because this is just a for fun sea turtle x-ray, right? There we go. There's the backbone. Can you guys feel your backbone in the middle of your back? Those little things called vertebrae. Very cool. Sea turtles have them too. All right, next we're going to do the ribs. So for the ribs, I'm going to make some lines that go down like this. One on each side of the vertebrae. And we're going to keep going down and make more ribs until we fill this shell with ribs and vertebrae. There we go. Maybe a little one down here, a little baby rib. Okay, next thing we're going to do is we're going to make the skull of the sea turtle. Now this can be really simple. All you have to do is a half circle or half oval like this, and there's your skull. If you want, you could color this in a little bit to make it look a little bit more interesting. But next thing we have to add are going to be the flippers. So sea turtles have big front flippers and little short back flippers. So I'm going to do the front flippers first. What I'm going to do is I'm going to start inside the shell. I'm going to draw a line out like this. You can even make it a little bit bigger at the ends if you want to make it look more like a bone. And then we're going to start at the end of this one here, and we're going to make another bone shape that goes out like this. There we go. We're going to do the same thing on the other side. So again, I've got sort of my bone shape line going out like so, and then another one down like this. All right. Now we just have to add the flipper bones, which look a lot like really long fingers on a hand bone. This is the way I like to do them. I just do a few circles like that. Okay, we can do it on each side. A few little circles. And then we're going to do the flipper fingers. I'm going to call them fingers. Here we go. We have a short one here. And then we have a slightly longer one. And then we have a lot longer one here. And then we have another one that's about the same as the second one. And then we have another one, like a little pinky one. There we go. And if this sea turtle were had all of its skin and muscle that you could see it, the flipper would come way down like this. Now you don't have to draw that part. I just wanted to show you. I'm going to do the same thing on the other side. So we're going to start with one little flipper finger here. Then we have another one. Remember, this one's going to be longer. Then we have the next one. It's going to be a little bit longer. And then we go back to this length. And then a little one here. There we go. There are our sea turtle front flippers. Now the next thing we're going to do are the little back flippers. So we're going to start with a line down here. Just a little line. I know it's going over the ribs. That's okay. We're going to do one on both sides here like so. And then we're going to have this come down here, another bone. This is like a little bitty tiny legs all scrunched up inside of the shell. Just like that. And then we've got our little feet bones here. For them, it's their back flippers. So some little circles there. And then we have to do their little flipper toes. Did you know sea turtles had flipper toes? They're inside the flipper, so you can't really see them. But they've got short, and then they get a little longer, a little shorter, and a little bitty one. We'll do the same thing on this side. So we've got one about that long, one a little bit longer, one a little bit longer, back to this size, and then a little pinky one. And here we go. Here is our sea turtle X-ray. You can write X-ray on the bottom if you want, or you don't have to. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope you guys make lots of cool sea turtle X-rays. See you later.
That was a great activity. I drew a sea turtle, but you can do that activity with any animal or even do it with a person. We have been exploring a lot about what goes into animal care here at the Florida Aquarium. And Mr. Tom even wrote a song special for today, all about animal care and rescue.
Hi friends, Tom back with music about our fantastic animal care team. We are learning all about Animal 911 and who you gotta call. You're gonna call Animal 911. Here we go. Hey, calling everyone. We got an Animal 911. Taking care of animals big and small. They're always ready when they get the call. Oh, Animal 911. Animal 911. Animal 911. Just give them a call and you know they'll get the job done. Cool. Now next time I want you guys sing with me. Working close with animal care. When animals get sick, yo, they'll be there. No need to worry, they know what to do. Cause they studied real hard in animal school. Yeah, Animal 911. Animal 911. Animal 911. Just give them a call and you know they'll get the job done. Woo, good job.
That was a really special song, written just for you guys. We want to make sure that animals in the natural environment stay safe, and a great way to do that is to give them space. And just like we said before, if you are worried about an animal, always tell an adult, and they will make sure to contact the right organization. Today sure has been a busy day in learning about animal care. I'm ready to finish the day out with yet another song with Mr. Tom. Thanks for joining, and see you next week as we explore the past and the world of dinosaurs. Bye, friends!
All right, guys, it is freeze dance time, so everybody up. We love penguins, so short and fabulous. We love penguins, cute and ridiculous. We love penguins, the most unanimous. We love penguins, 'cause penguins rock. Now they swim underwater up to 22 miles an hour. Yeah, they do. Their little penguin flippers provide them with plenty of power. It's true. These amazing flightless birds really rock my socks. I think we all agree that penguins rock. Come on, let's go crazy. We love penguins, so short and fabulous. We love penguins, cute and ridiculous. We love penguins, the most unanimous. We love penguins, 'cause penguins rock. Yeah, penguins rock. You know that penguins rock. Yeah, penguins rock. Good job, everybody. That was fun. See ya.
Well, my friends, that was quite a day. We had a lot of fun along the way. Even though the day is over, we don't say goodbye. We just say see you later till we hang out next time. See you later, see you later, see you later, see you later. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hey-oh, hey-oh, we're AquaTots. Hey-oh, hey-oh, we're AquaTots. Hey-oh, hey-oh, we're AquaTots. Hey-oh,